Good evening. I'm John Sauvey, Director of Music here at Beth-El, and I want to wish you a Shabbat Shalom. We've missed seeing all of your faces over the past 4 months and are very much looking forward to being able to pray in person with each and every one of you. I send you Shabbat greetings from myself, my family, and all of the staff here. Please join me in lighting the Shabbat candles. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we by our lives give light to all who behold us.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kirishanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzibanu lahadlik ner, להדליק נר של שבת. Shabbat Shalom.
Okay, there you go. Well, there we go. Clearly my phone's not quite as fast as we thought. That's embarrassing. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
It's wonderful to have you all here with us this Shabbat. This Friday night. We have a very special Friday night planned for you tonight, in which, following our service, Christina Major Davis, who some of you may know as a member of our choir, but an opera singer, a performer, a singer in her own right, in many other ways that John will share later in the service, is with us tonight to bring the gift of music to us. She and her pianist Stephen, we'll hear more about it, will be offering a concert of music from the sanctuary in just half an hour or so, a sermon and song, if you will. So we are very, very excited to have that with us on this Friday night. Just a word about this Friday night. First off, we just finished the Jewish Day of Commemoration called Tisha B'Av, which is a commemoration of the destruction of the first and second temples in Jerusalem. Now, the Shabbat that occurs immediately after is called Shabbat Nachamu, and it's named after the first words of the Haftarah portion. The Haftarah portion is from chapter 40 of the book of Isaiah. For 39 chapters, Isaiah has been berating the Jewish people that the temple will be destroyed, sovereignty will be lost, and challenging times are coming. Beginning in chapter 40, which is written either by someone else or Isaiah later, or someone who calls himself Isaiah, it is after the destruction of the temple. And so Isaiah is saying, now Isaiah moves from chastising to comforting, to consolation. And so these are one of 7 portions of consolation. And as a side note, we are exactly 7 weeks until Rosh Hashanah. Now that is not accidental. The rabbis knew what they were doing when they picked these 7 portions and said, these 7 portions will carry us from our moment of greatest hopelessness to our moment of greatest hope. So even now when we're challenged, when we're hearing about schools, when we're worrying about what we're going to do, when we're thinking about all these numbers, whatever it is that's got you down, here comes the 7 weeks of consolation. To say the Rosh Hashanah is coming, that we are moving up the steps of the ladder, that however sad we are, how challenging the events of the world, how helpless and hopeless we feel, without the possibility of renewal, how can we do the work we need to do? And so these 7 weeks remind us that hope is essential for life. Hope is essential for justice. Hope is essential to be a Jew, even if it's hard work. And so the first few words of this Haftarah, Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami, Yomer Alechem, Dabru el lev Yerushalayim, V'kiru aleha, Ki malat tzva'a kir nirtza onava. Oh, comfort my people, says your God. Speak tenderly to Jerusalem. Declare to her the time of service is over, her iniquity of expiated, for she has received at the hand of the Lord double for all her sins. A voice rings out clear in the desert, a road for the Lord, level in the wilderness, a highway for our God. Let every valley be raised, every hill and mount made low. Let the rugged around become level, and the ridges become a plain. The presence of the Lord will appear. God will proclaim God's self and will proclaim. And so we begin the first of the 7 chapters that reminds us there's a lot of work to be done. Atonement in our families, justice in our world, safety is still absent. Whatever it is, these are the 7 weeks that we prepare for Rosh Hashanah. But these are also the weeks when we need hope to get there. You will be receiving, if you haven't already, packets about religious school. If you have questions, Cantor Shoshana has a number of Zoom meetings, although if you don't have Zoom or don't want to get on Zoom, you can certainly call or email me. You will be receiving with your bulletin in the next few days a packet of High Holy Day opportunities. There will also be in the month of Elul a series of sessions of preparation for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. And as part of that preparation, we will get the concrete. What does this packet mean and what do I do? And we will get part of the spiritual. How stuck at home, far from family members, do I do the work of repair, of tshuva, of turning around? And so we turn to the Kiddush and Motzi, a reminder that if you're using a prayer book, the number in brackets is 123. If you are using that link, you go down the link to Shabbat and Festivals prayer book, not just Shabbat, and you see there a page, and at the bottom of the page you see a little box, and you type in the number I'm saying, and you hit enter, and you get to where we are, the blessing over wine.
Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kosho be'ahavad uvratzon inkilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reshit כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר לציון מצרים. כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת, מן כל העמים, ושבת קודשך, באהבה וברצון, הנחלתנו. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat. Amen.
L'chaim, l'chaim. Last week, John got the matzah, I got the wine. I think it's only fair this week. John gets the wine, I get the matzah. You can just, yes.
Sweet taste of Shabbat.
The wine, yes. So here we go. I feel like I should be getting a royalty check from Strites one of these days. But it is bread, and so we join together.
Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Wherever you are, at home, in the backyard, maybe you're in a remote cabin somewhere, maybe you're in an RV, maybe you're with another quarantined friend or family member. Wherever you are, we invite the Shabbat bride in. Wherever you're sitting, put the phone away if you can. Turn off some of the distractions. Take a deep, deep, deep breath and hold it and just exhale. And then allow Shabbat to come in. Allow Shabbat to come into your rooms, wherever you are, your backyards, wherever you are. And we welcome Shabbat on page 142. Shalom Aleichem. Come and join.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Alachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Alachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Ni L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Alachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedkem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Alachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
We turn to page 146. If you wish, you can rise at home. Join with us as the call to prayer brings us closer to Shabbat.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Vaed.
As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle also? Don't let me struggle alone, God. Remind me that I am not alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to be calm, to be patient, to listen, to know, to hear the mystery. Oh God, lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha V'ahavta, Amcha V'ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadta, Otanu limadta. Al ken Adonai Eloheinu b'shavbenu, U'kumenu ma'asiyach b'chukecha, Menizmach b'divkei Toratecha, U'v'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayenu, ve'orech yameinu, Vahem negei yoman ve'layla, negei yoman ve'layla, ve'ahavat al tasir, mimenu le'olamim, Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
We turn to page 154, and before we read in English, we chant together these words, which I need to point out are part of tomorrow's Torah portion. Ve'et Chanan includes the V'ahavta. This makes it one of the oldest pieces of continuous Jewish liturgy ever in the world. Tomorrow we will read from the Torah when Connor Maxim becomes a bar mitzvah at 10:30 and reads this section and teaches us about it. But tonight, if you wish to join in on 154, then you too can read from the Torah. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta b'am v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uv'shachbecha uv'kumecha uv'shartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha uv'yisharecha leman tiskeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your being. Take to heart these instructions which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Thus shall you remember to observe all my commandments, to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who led you out of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God. Adonai Elohechem Emet. Even at the shores of the sea, standing on what appears to be freedom, we know our job is far from done as we prepare to cross to the other side. Justice is the step before freedom can be achieved.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar bar kodesh, norat ha'ilot osef ele, norat ha'ilot osef ele, malachutacha ra'u dhanecha bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam zelianu ve'amru Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed.
Hashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, page 160. O God, help us to lie down in peace and raise us up, our guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield us and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies and illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and coming to life and peace evermore. Baruch atah Adonai hapores sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim.
V'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam beni uvein b'nei Yisrael oti leolam leolam ki Yishet yamim as Adonai, et hashamayim ve'et haaretz, uvayom hashivi Shabbat vayinafash.
A thought has blown the marketplace away. There is song on the wind and joy in the trees. Shabbat arrives in the world, scattering a song in the silence of the night. Eternity utters a day. We turn to 164 as we prepare to stand before God.
Adonai sefetai tiftach ufi yagita hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, El Agadol Agibor v'Hamaka, El Elyon, Vamer Chasadim Tovim, V'chonei Hakol, V'tzocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'mevii Kula Livnei V'neihem, L'man Shemo B'Ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Aram, Ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol atah Rav leHoshia, Mechakeh Chaim v'Chesed, Mechayeh HaKol harachamim rabim, Zomech noflim v'rofeh cholim, U'matir asurim, U'mchayeh emunato lishenei afar, Micha mocha bal gevurot, U'midom elach, Melech memit, U'mchayeh, U'masmiach Yeshua, Mene'eman atah l'chayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, v'kedoshim b'chol yom Baruch hasela, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el hakadosh.
Page 172, you set aside the seventh day for your name, the pinnacle of creation, and you blessed it above all the other days, more sacred than all festival times. So it is written in your Torah, the heaven and the earth were finished in all their array. On the seventh day, God had completed the work that had been done, ceasing on the seventh day from all that work. Then God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, and ceased from all the creative work that God had chosen to do. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, God, the Holy One. Take a moment of silence in this beautiful chapel, and then we continue.
May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord. O Lord, my rock and strength, and my Redeemer. O
A prayer for healing on page 371. We are in need of healing and wholeness in so many ways. We pray that God will watch over us, and we add these names in need of healing. And if you have a name that is not on this list, say it as you're listening to this service. We may not hear it, but surely God does. Annette Dover, Charlotte Fiwas, Stacy Lewis, Jeffrey Mark, Maria Schoen, Graham Baker, Elliot Blumberg, Katrina Joy Rogers, Eddie Sankery, Debbie Friedman, Claire Brunhild, Mike Fox, Ann Westerman, William Westerman, Robert Bogan, Ellen Alcon, Christopher Long, Brendan Levy, Peter Levy, Christine Levy, Leslie Arnov, Ted Mack, Karen Delavan, Lillian Deutsch, Kevin Delavan, Howard Katz, Sam Kleinman, Jenny Solomon, Hetty Collins, Sherry Goldstein, Amy Stein, Felix Oshman, and Alan Holland. A prayer for healing, O God, for all who are broken, all who are in need of strength.
Mi sheberach Yavotenu Mekor habracha limotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
If you are able at home and wish to, you can rise as we turn to 586. We praise the Sovereign of the universe, proclaim the greatness of God who spread out the heavens and established the world.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו חיים, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתווים ומונים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד, ושמו אחד, ושמו
Before we turn to the Kaddish, tonight's reading is adapted from a piece by Rabbi Alan Steinbach. Beneath the pulse beat of the universe is the infinite spirit that animates all. It is the total manuscript of which each of us is a single syllable. From that source has come all life, your life, my life, all the life that ever was and all the life that ever will be. Every flower that blooms, every snowflake, rainfall and dewfall, starshine and moonglow, every nightingale's song, strumming the keyboard of the dark ether, every hand clasp that pledges friendship, every kiss that seals love's betrothal. Everything that is and that ever will be represents eternity pouring into our hearts. Our lives are upward steps on the altar slopes of infinitude. We partake in the life of God, and though we are but dust, while God is everlasting, God's life and our life are one, even as the eternal soul and the geometry of the human soul are one. Remember in your weakest, remember in your most broken, remember in your sadness, nothing can ever sever the oneness of the on this Shabbat. We mention those names who have been lost in the 30-day period of mourning. Shloshim, we mention the names of Lester Baum, Susan Hine, Anita Klein, and this week, in her space next to her father, Rabbi Robert Shur. And our prayers go out to her brother, Bill, and his family. We add the names, the sites of their deaths, of Rube Archenhold, Pearl Bodner, Sylvia Schwartz Bronstein, Meredith R. Karb Sr., Isidore Cedarbaum and Mamie Cedarbaum, Adolph Chanofsky, Helen Marcus Feld Cohen, Judith Cooper, Marvin Cummings, Julia Ekbar, Morris N. Freed, Dr. Robert Gilstrap, Lawrence Gilstrap, Leah Landman Goldstucker, Dr. David Garfine, Irvin Lerner, Odile Patrick, Esther Numungan Pulaski, Nettie White Ritchie, Nancy Joe Rosenthal, Harry Roth, Paul Schneider, Mitch Stensler, and all those other names you may be thinking of and considering at this time of memory, page 598, as we join in the Mortar's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, bi'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, b'gala uv'izman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach li'olam u'me'al maya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitala shemei d'kudsha brichu leila min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata damiram b'yama v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav hu ya'aseh shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony and peace, wholeness on high, bring those to us, to all Israel, to all who are broken, to all who are in need. And as we say amen, I am guessing that John has moved next door to introduce Christina and Stephen from there. So let me just add that I am so grateful that Christina, who brings beautiful voice to our congregation when our choir is together, not only offered but was eager to bring the gift of music, the voice of God as it is sung, this joy to our Shabbat. I want to thank her pianist Stephen as well. And with that note, I'm going to wish Shabbat Shalom and turn it over to the sanctuary.
Thank you, Rabbi. As we are moving into the sanctuary, I am excited to introduce my friends, my good longtime friend, Christina Major Davis. She has sung with our temple for 15 years about now, and we are so pleased to have her, as well as Stephen Carey, another good friend of ours and a friend of music in Fort Worth. He is also a professor at TCU, and so we are happy to have you both this evening. I don't know what to say about you. I've loved you both for a long time. We've known each other for so long, and we've made a lot of beautiful music together. And I'm excited to be able to present this to our congregation. So, Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you all so much for coming this evening, be it from so far away, and these are unorthodox times. And you may think of this as work for me, but this is actually where I get my rest. So I just welcome you to sit back, relax, enjoy some beautiful German and French, and some more Hebrew, and some operatic arias. Sit back, relax, and really take a rest, because I can't remember the last time that I felt like I had a rest, and I'm sure everyone feels the same way. So I'd like to begin with some beautiful French repertoire. Après un rêve. The translation of the title is After a Dream. Oh, quand je dors, oh, while I sleep. we began with French, which I meant to begin with German. However, I think this might work. The next two pieces are Richard Strauss, and I love him. We get along vocally so well, but more than that, the music, you can't deny the beauty of it. These pieces are really focused on love and loss, and knowing that we will reconnect with our loves that we have lost, and there's been a lot of that in this time. So I just thought these next two songs were very appropriate for that. Alle Seelen, Richard Strauss. Stephen, you're just wonderful. So I'd like to go on with another Strauss piece, another one of my favorites, Morgen, which translates morning. And it really is about reconnecting with someone that you have lost. Those songs give me such hope, even in times like this. Oh. Thank you, Stephen. Obviously, this is very much an ensemble offering tonight. I don't know what I would do without Stephen Carey. Oh, I got emotional. Let's Shalom Rav, shall we? A little Hebrew for you this evening. Shalom Rav Israel Tasim fabulous pianist, has a wonderful solo for you. Please enjoy.
So this next selection, some of you may recognize, you may know this as the piece that it is, which is Rossini's La Danza, or you also may know it as the Tarantella. So this is Franz Liszt's transcription of La Danza. I hope you enjoy this.
sung, but I think I might prefer it played better. Oh, what have we got now? Oh, it's time for arias. It's opera time. Okay, so these arias, Verdi, Puccini, Verdi, they may not seem as restful as the rest of this beautiful music, but these are still very beautiful and very exciting. We'd like to begin with Moro, Ma prima ringrazia, from Ballo and Maschera. And basically, she's just pleading to hug her child one last time.
Ma prima
repertoire. Emotionally, too. How about some Puccini? Well, it can't be arias without Vici d'arte from Tosca by Puccini. So why not now? After I take a breath. Well, I think I have one more in me. And I think it's time for something a little upbeat. This is from Nabucco, Abigail's Cabaletta. Thank you. Thank you so much. Dare we offer the encore?
Yes.
It's short.
Please.
Because people are begging here in the temple, or the one. But I would love to finish with one last piece. It is one of my favorite. It was the first aria I ever sang when I was 18 years old. Yes.
Wow.
Io sono una villancella from Adriana Lecouvreur. I want to thank everyone for coming this evening. This has been restful for me. As much work as it is, this has been rest for me, and I know that Stephen would say the same. So, during this time, we just need to keep finding ways to fill ourselves. Beauty, prayers, we need to keep putting those things into the world. And that's what this concert was about. So I'd like to wish everyone a Shabbat Shalom, and good night.